I don't feel like there's a day that goes by where people aren't posting on Reddit. It's wild to me because before I saw Joe Santagato do these types of videos, I never knew that people would go to Reddit and start posting about their life and asking Reddit if they're an asshole, am I too sensitive, and all the other threads that happen on there. So let's get into this Am I the Asshole thread part 3. Am I the asshole for telling my mom no to giving her boyfriend a brownie? It seems like there's some beef here. This is more than just a brownie. For context, my mom's boyfriend of 6 months has been living with us for at least 3 months now. They've been dating for 6 months and he's already moved in for half of the relationship. I don't like it because he's not really help out much. Doesn't pay for things, do chores around the house. Oh, he's just a mooch! So I made brownies 2 days ago just to try out a recipe. I ate the middle piece because it's my favorite part. I jokingly sent a picture of it to my mom since it's always her favorite. She has a laugh over it. Her boyfriend is sick and somehow my brownies got brought up. He asks for 1 or 2 and my mom says yes without asking me if it was alright. She comes out of her room and tells me he's getting one and I say no at first. She thinks he's pushing me but I hold my ground. She starts yelling at me, takes a brownie, then goes back in the room telling her boyfriend how mean I was being to her. And your mom sided with him too, gossiping in the same house about her daughter. It's like I said at the start, I knew there was some beef, that this is way more than just a brownie. But like you said, if he's not even doing anything around the house, I can see how that'd already be annoying. At first it was a mother-daughter bond, now you just got this dude here who's been living there for 3 months. Yeah, it's more than a brownie. It really hurts my feelings because she didn't listen to me to saying no. This morning she walks out saying that I really hurt her feelings. I told her she also hurt my feelings and told her why I said no. She then says that she didn't raise her kid to not share. Am I the asshole for saying no to my mom's boyfriend for getting a brownie? No, I wouldn't say at all that you're an asshole. Because to really think about it, he moved into your place. And it's like you said that you're just trying out a recipe. I don't know how small or big the quantity of brownies that you made. But I mean, if you said no, and you're kind of annoyed with him, I feel like your mom should just respect that and be like, oh, okay. Especially that he's sick too. How is a brownie gonna help someone that's sick? Maybe if you made like a pot of tea and then you said no, it would be like, okay, I mean, it could help him. But it's like, you made brownies. I would not say that you're an asshole for that. It kind of sucks too that your mom just like oversteps your boundaries. You said no, and she's like, yeah, no, I'm taking one. I can see that there's a lot of tension here, and if it's already like this 3 months in, good luck. Am I the asshole for not moving out of the way after someone deliberately walked in front of me after seeing me? Oh, this is so annoying. I literally feel this, especially when I walk around in the city. This happens so much. I feel like everyone just walks like they're a brick wall. It's like, yo, you can freaking move or like go behind the person and not just like have it be, no, this hits a spot with me. I literally just went through this yesterday. I was walking on this super tiny sidewalk and there's enough just for 1 person on each side to walk. 4 or maybe it was 5 times, there was 2 people walking and we link eyes so far down the sidewalk. When we get close, they just stay as the 2 and I'm having to walk on the edge and it's like there's so much snow on the ground too. It was like there was a freaking blizzard going on. I'm walking on the side like and dodging my shoulder too. So no, I already can see where this is going. This annoys the hell out of me. Some people are just like, coming through! And they don't even move. It's like, come on, you don't own the sidewalk. This isn't your place. Move! So today, I, 24 female, was on the way home from work and walked down the stairs to the underpass to get to my train. Since I was a kid, I was taught to stick to the right side. I feel you. I was on the right side too. I was so far on the right side that the wall was literally next to me. While moving down the stairs, I see an old man on my left side, like 20 meters away. We make eye contact and he starts moving to the left side where I was walking through. Weird, I think, but I've recently started, it's her left, his right. So they're just walking directly at each other, but she's against the wall. Okay, weird, I think, but I've recently started to not move out of the way when I'm walking on the most right side, so I kept walking while barely touching my shoulder. He moves right in front of me. I keep refusing to move until he is right in front of me and blocks me. Now the underpass is a good 10 meters wide, so he would have had plenty of space to move around. I still refuse to move out of the way and also come to a stop. He stared at me for a few seconds before touching my right shoulder, unsuccessfully trying to push me away, saying, "Attention, ma'am." I look at him, smile, before also putting my hand on his shoulder, mimicking him, and gently pushing him away, saying, "Attention, sir." At this point, his smug grin turned into him looking dumbfounded as he finally moved away, but not without calling me an asshole. I wanted to add that he walked completely normal, and we were nowhere close to the stairs anymore, to which he would have needed the railing. We were almost the only 2 people in the underpass. Am I the asshole? Edit. I forgot to mention that I live in Switzerland. Also, he started out on my left, his right side of the underpass, so he crossed a few meters over before ending in my path. Also, I obviously do move for people with mobility issues or can't move around freely. The rule of not moving concerns people that they're just as capable of moving as I am. Yeah, no. It doesn't even make sense. He literally moved in front of her and then says, "Attention, ma'am." Attention, sir. What are you talking about? Move. It's like what I was saying at the start. Sometimes it makes no sense. Like, I'll never understand that concept. Because same thing, like, I move out of the way. I freaking even stand to the side sometimes if it's like a big group. Because I know no one's moving. I'm not about to walk through the middle or, I get pushed to the freaking wall. But it's like some people, like this guy, 60 years old, she was as far right as she possibly could. And he was to her left. And then by the time that they get close, he's right in front of her like, "What are you doing?" So no, again, you're not the asshole. This guy's just a bozo. That's just ridiculous. Am I the asshole for getting my husband's ex a 30-day ban on Facebook? What the heck? You gotta do something crazy to get a nice 30-day ban. Actually, I don't know. I don't know the rules of Facebook, but social media nowadays, I feel like everything's so restricted and videos get taken down for like the silliest things, or some AI software says it's something else and you're like, wait, that's not even the thing? Like, I've had that happen so many times and I'm always scared to appeal it because I'm like, will it get like more intense or like what's gonna go on? I, 42 female, have been with my husband, 45 male, for around 20 years. Prior to our relationship, we each had an engagement that ended without marriage. Mine ended amicably. Mine ended quickly.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
His did not. Because of our small town life, we are still in the position where we need to play nice in friend group situations with the exes. I woke up for work on Monday and saw that I had a Facebook message from his ex-girlfriend. She was, for lack of better terms, acting like a ghetto teenager, using the N-word and threatening me if I didn't keep her name out of my mouth. I'm not her friend on Facebook. I don't talk about her. She isn't even a blimp on my daily radar, so this came out of left field. Also, we're in our 40s. I don't have time for childish crap. That literally felt like I was in high school or something. I mean, not with the slurs and stuff, but who the heck is on Facebook too just like, "Yo, I heard you said my name. Keep my name out of your mouth." We're 40. I reported her for Facebook for harassment without responding to her. According to mutual friends, she's now blasting everyone through text that I got her banned from Facebook for a while. So now she can't even use Messenger to set up rides to work each day. My husband is securely on my side and thinks karma's a bitch. Our friend group, however, has taken a million other positions about what I should have done. Nah, what kind of friends are these? She literally comes out of left field, starts going off on you, saying who knows what, threatening. She said threatening? Yeah, threatening her, saying slurs and who knows what else in our 40s in a small town where you're gonna run into them. I would do the same thing. I don't even think that's like maybe I wouldn't do that. I would probably just block her, but they got what they're coming for. Like you said, karma. It's like, that's why the report option is there. You reported her for harassment because that's exactly what she was doing, and she got banned. Are you the asshole? Heck no. Not even close. Am I the asshole for shutting off my Wi-Fi at night? My freaking dad used to do this every night. I don't even know for how many years. Because back then too, like nowadays you have like unlimited Wi-Fi, unlimited data, unlimited calling, texting. But I remember back then it was not like that, especially the internet package that we had. I think we only had like whatever we had. We would literally max the Wi-Fi usage out in like 2 weeks. I don't even know how much that we had, but I was a big gamer as a kid, and I was like streaming movies and being on YouTube, playing video games, Minecraft, whatever the heck, CSGO, Team Fortress 2. But when it got down to, because my dad would get a notification about like, oh, you only have like a gigabyte left, he would like turn it off and only have it on for like, it wasn't even in the nighttime. He would turn it off in the daytime. And like, I would have to sometimes ask like, hey, can you turn the Wi-Fi on? Like I need to freaking, because I didn't have data. The phone plan that I had, I didn't have no data. So it's like the Wi-Fi, if the Wi-Fi was off, I was cooked. It was nothing I could do. Already, I relate to this. But let's see what they got to say. Hello, y'all. Hopefully this post is not too long as I don't want to take up a lot of your time. It is quite long. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's probably the longest one I've read in all of the 3 parts that I've done this for. So let's begin from the beginning. In the beginning, I moved into my new apartment in July of last year and no one lived below me for a couple of months. After a couple of months, the guy moved in. The first thing I've experienced from him was blasting his music so loudly that it sounded like it was coming from my apartment, as well as vibrating my floors and walls. I freaking experienced this. I've lived in, I don't even know how many different apartments and places But when I first moved to Montreal, I was living in a studio that was like 100 square feet. Like literally you could do like a 180 and you would see the whole place. And the neighbors above and across the hall were the most, they would be having parties no matter what day it was. Luckily, I was a night owl to begin with, but even when I was going to bed at like 5, 6 in the morning, people would be blasting music, jumping, partying. You'd have people across the hall screaming, saying whatever the heck. Like I was in the room, I could hear them. So this, I already relate to everything I just read. I've never met him before, and after that I asked him just to try to keep quiet after 11 p.m., and that is around the time I go to bed. Very frequently, he does not shut it off after 11, and I get woken up at 3 a.m. to it. It's funny because actually, I kind of became that person. Shit. Because freaking, when I said I was a night owl, it didn't really stop. And when I moved here, I'm the top floor of this building. And it's like a 3-story apartment building, and I'm the top floor. So my neighbor underneath, and we became like really good friends. So it became like, I guess, easier for her to text me like, hey, you know, you woke me up 5 in the morning. You were pretty loud last night, 7 o'clock in the morning. Like she said, like I go to bed around 12, 1 o'clock sometimes. So if you could try to be quieter. And then ever since she said that, like if someone's texting you that, I feel like for myself personally, I'm like, all right, yeah. I completely understand. Everyone wants their own peace and quiet. Not everyone's a night owl, especially nowadays. I stay up past like 2, 3 in the morning. I'm like zoinked. I'm freaking so tired. So I don't know how I was doing. Because some nights I would go to bed at like the sun would be rising. I would be seeing people on their balconies having their morning coffee, and I'm like filling up my water, getting ready to go to bed. Absurd. There was even a time where I had to miss 4 hours of my scheduled hours of work because he played it until 4 in the morning and I couldn't sleep and had to get up at 5:30 for work to work a 12-hour shift. I've had minimal contact with him for the occasional neighbor stuff like, can you grab my package off the porch so it doesn't get stolen, etc. Well, a couple days ago, he asked me to use my Wi-Fi for a couple days until he can pay his own Wi-Fi. What? That's a big ask. I mean, anything that this guy would ask would be like, what? This person's super sweet to be doing that. I allow him to use it for free of charge because I know we're all struggling in this economy. However, I have this deep fear of a fire happening at my house, so I unplug everything at night that is not being used. Wi-Fi being one of them, as I do not need it when I am sleeping. I woke up this morning to messages from my neighbor that were so disrespectful about the Wi-Fi not being on. Am I the asshole? Oh, all the other stuff is updates. This post has been getting constantly updated 3 times. This was only posted 3 days ago. Update. Thank you for all the replies. I've decided to change my Wi-Fi password and not allow him to use it. A little more background though of a couple things. So the apartment I live in is no more than a duplex, so there's only me upstairs and the downstairs neighbor who lives here. The other 2 updates, she literally was just saying how she changed the Wi-Fi password and name, and now she's thinking of moving or getting him to move out. She even said she contacted the police to try to get, I guess it is because it's a noise complaint. I've had parties get shut down so many times in college. Freaking police cars, ambulance, fire trucks pulling up on the street like, yo, we gotta shut this down. All the neighbors are complaining. So, yeah, I guess you could do that. But are you the asshole? I mean, no. Like, everyone, like I said, everyone has their own schedule. So it's like, you asked him nicely and you kind of tolerated him not respecting your boundaries of being loud. And then you go out of your way to give your Wi-Fi. And then he sends you a nasty message one night when you turn off the Wi-Fi. I mean, yeah, you want to save on hydro, you're not using it. You're scared of having a fire, so it's like, okay, my Wi-Fi, I pay for it. And this guy's like, yo, what the? How the? Ridiculous. No, you're not the asshole at all. The other guy is just, got a lot of bozos on this one. This is just like ridiculous things happening. So no, again, you're not the asshole. And the final one. Am I the asshole for not listening to my wife and eating the wrong cookie? I can already tell just from this title, you probably are. When it comes to food, especially sweets, and your girlfriend said, it's not even my wife. Your wife said that that's her cookie, and you eat that cookie. I worked a 10-hour shift yesterday, and we had to eat bubble gum and some cheap hot chocolate. I came home to a voice message where my wife had picked up a cookie for me from the local bakery and another specific cookie for a young daughter, which she could have when she came home from school. Overjoyed, partially because I was hungry and partially because my wife and I had been on odds for a bit. I thought perhaps this was an olive branch of sorts. Oh, you just put yourself back in the doghouse. I looked in the cookie box. One of the 2 cookies inside was definitely the one for my daughter due to its description, so I ate the other one. It wasn't quite what she had said it would be, but I didn't want to be picky. A few hours later, my wife pours herself a glass of milk after dinner and goes into the cookie box. She mutters something under her breath, pours her milk back into the jug, and flops down on the couch. Creepy. I don't know if y'all heard that. There's some crazy winds going on. Oh, I think my shelf just fell. Just a loud thump and a crazy winds. Alright, I'll fix that later. I asked her what was the matter, and she informs me that I never listened and I ate her cookie. I told her that I only eaten the other cookie in the box that wasn't our daughter's, and my wife lets me know that my cookie was separate, in a bag under the cookie box, that I should have listened better, and that she wasn't surprised. What? He didn't even write that in the freaking thing. He tried to play it off like he was like, oh, there's 2 cookies. One's definitely for my daughter, the other one's for me. But now she's saying that in the voice message, she said that his was underneath the box. And he's like, that cookie looks good though. I asked her what kind of cookie I'd eaten and told her I'd go buy her another one. She refused to tell me and merely repeated that I should have known that wasn't my cookie based on her description. The cookie I ate was white and had some kind of brown icing on it. Apparently she had bought me some sort of toffee chocolate chip cookie. Am I the asshole for not paying attention to eating the wrong cookie, or is she blowing this out of proportion? Edit. Since it's come up a few times, I thought I would add a bit of information. Yes, I have a hard time paying attention. I have ADHD and I'm working on it. Yes, not eating all day is my fault. It was 2 days ago before payday. We had nothing in the house visible for me to take, and I had $1 worth of change in my cup holder plus a pack of gum. I did what I could. No, she didn't mention that my cookie was separate. She told me the cookie was in our bread bag, which is a bag where we keep our bread and other things we want to keep bugs and mice out. She described the cookie as a toffee. Looked in the bag, found the box from the bakery. I mean, yeah. I mean, you kind of just called yourself out there. You literally said that she said that his cookie was in the bread bag, and he opens up the cookie box that only had 2 cookies, and it's not the bread bag, because you know what the bread bag is, to keep out the mice and the bugs. But you went out of your way to eat the cookie that obviously was your wife's. You started off saying that you haven't been on good terms, and this was kind of an olive branch of hope. Maybe listening is one of the problems. As you said, that it's come up a few times. This isn't the first time that something like this has happened. It's like, especially if it's your wife. And it's like, I just know that my girlfriend loves this cookie spot, or even just sweets. And there has been times that I've eaten majority of sweets, but it's like, it's not said like, oh, I want that, but it's like kind of implied when it's in my pantry that she's like, oh, do you still have you ate it? But if she's going out of her way to buy you something and then tells you where yours is and then you eat hers, that's just I gotta say, you're putting yourself in the doghouse. No, it's 555. But this wraps up another Am I the Asshole Reddit reaction, and this is the 3rd time I've done this now, and every time I feel like it's just getting more comfortable for myself to even speak and express myself and read these and have the whole ambiance. But when I look back at my first video to now, I can definitely see and hear the difference. And even though I've been recording videos for over 6 years now, it's different to record like this, because videos that I talk in normally, it's just a different feel. And especially that it's like all talking or vlogging or whatever it might be. It's been super cool for myself to really dive into this and just take it on head first, learn as I go, and see the progression for each video. If you like this, smash the like button, destroy it, punch your computer, and leave a subscribe. Just leave. Leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll be back next week, every Friday. Bye!